Welcome back to the Student of the Game podcast. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. Well, by now you already know Seahawks traded Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is now a Bronco. But the Seahawks in the trade, they do get 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks. And they got Drew Lock, Noah Fant, and Shelby Harris. Hey, well, I mean, I'm not surprised that it happened. I think it's one of those things where it's like, you ever got gut punched before? It's like, hey, it hurts, but it's a temporary hurt. So eventually you'll heal, whether if you're healed naturally or through rest or you heal through surgery. Hopefully that I'll just heal through natural rest. Because yesterday I had a headache, scale of 1 to 10. It was like a 7. That trade right there put it to a 10.5 on a scale of 1 to 10. So I just didn't want to talk, didn't want to do anything or whatever, But I still thank God that I have a beautiful wife and 4 beautiful children. So I am grateful. But it sucks. We don't have a quarterback, Seattle. So what we gonna do? We got to do something. Hey, I miss Russell Wilson, but here's the thing. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. But guess what? I don't know any songs that says it's so hard to say hello to the present and to the future. Okay? So how does the future look for Seattle? Are we going to get Malik Willis? I can dig that. I'm cool with that. But I'm going to tell you why I don't think we're going to get Malik Willis. Check this out. Pete Carroll. He competes. He's all about competition. He's all about competing. You can't have the word compete without Pete. You can't have the word compete without Pete in it. You get it? All right. So check this out. People been saying all this time that he's been holding Russell Wilson back. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? If you Pete Carroll, you're probably tired of hearing that. I'm not saying that's the sole reason why he traded him, but we did hear rumors that Russell Wilson wasn't too happy that the Seahawks went to Josh Allen's pro day and Patrick Mahomes' pro day. But check this out. When you look at it, Aaron Rodgers, the Green Bay Packers straight up drafted a quarterback in the first round and said, hey, this is going to be your replacement. You know what Aaron Rodgers did after that? Got himself 2 MVPs. You understand? I'm not saying he's better or whatever, but it's like that's a competitive mindset. The Seahawks didn't even draft any of those quarterbacks. But check this out, though. Russell Wilson has no MVP votes ever in his career. Josh Allen has 4 MVP votes. I don't think Josh Allen should have had more MVP votes than Russell Wilson. I'll be honest with you. Patrick Mahomes has won an MVP and also has way more MVP votes than Russell Wilson ever had. So imagine if the Seahawks traded Russell Wilson and they drafted Josh Allen, or they traded Russell Wilson and they got Patrick Mahomes. Would they have won a Super Bowl? I don't know. Maybe. Would they be far more competitive than when they have Russell Wilson? I don't know. Maybe. It's possible. But I'm going to tell you something right now. Pete Carroll not going to sit down like that. 73 years old. Pete Carroll like 177 years old. 177 years old. You think he's going to just sit down and just let this rebuild and not compete Carroll for a championship? Hell no. Number one, like I say, I'm a Texans and a Seahawks fan. So you know what? It's quite possible. I think the Seahawks trying to make a play and go get DeShaun Watson if everything clears out on the legal side of his thing. If they can't get him, I can see them going after Derek Carr. All right, I think that'll be a good fit. If they can't get him, hey, you know what? Call up Tom Brady. Be like, hey, Brady, come down here. You know what I'm saying? Pete Carroll, 177 years old. Brady, you just 124 years old. Guess what? Y'all can become the oldest quarterback and head coach duo to win a Super Bowl. You got DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. You got 2 good running backs in Chris Carson and Rashad Penny. I know they have injuries and stuff like that, but I'm hoping and praying that they have a helpful season, a healthy season. Okay. We did lose Bobby Wagner. I am hurt about the Bobby Wagner, man. I think I'm more hurt about losing Bobby Wagner than Russell Wilson, to be honest with you, because Bobby Wagner has always been part of the heart and soul of that Legion of Boom defense. You know what? You don't hear about Bobby Wagner in the public talking this and that and all that, trying to flash in front of the cameras. That dude there goes out there and ball. So, but I do think it's beneficial that they did release him instead of trading him, because now you give him an opportunity to go make the choice to go play with any other team. And I hope he goes and play on a contender and he gets him another Super Bowl. Okay, just lose when you go up against the Seahawks and the Texans. All right, cool. You can shine, but lose those games. Cool. But man, what do we do, Seahawks? Is Drew Lock that dude? I don't know. I mean, did he have any offensive-minded coaches over there in Denver? From my understanding, I think the coaches he had over there were more defensive-minded, but Pete Carroll's a defensive-minded coach. Will he work in Seattle? I don't know. Or is Geno Smith gonna be the guy? But I'm banking on Seattle going all in to try to get Deshaun Watson. F them picks. F them picks, y'all. That's what the what's his name? Snead, the owner of the Rams. Say, forget them picks, man. We trying to win a Super Bowl. So Seattle, that's what we trying to do. Get back to a Super Bowl. Because see, I believe that's how you determine who wins this trade. You don't determine who wins this trade. Like, I'm a big fan of Cynthia Freeland, but she said that over the next 5 years, whoever has the most playoff berths, should that determine who wins the trade? No, I don't think so, because Russell Wilson's supposed to be elite. He's trying to build a legacy, a la like Tom Brady, right? So Tom Brady, when he makes the playoffs and don't win Super Bowls, we hold him accountable for it, and we say, oh, he choked, even though he got far in the playoffs. So if Russell Wilson's trying to get to that level, hey, with Aaron Rodgers, we say Rodgers need to win another Super Bowl. So if Russell Wilson want to be looked upon on that same level, like John Elway and like Peyton Manning when he came to Denver, he's going to have to win them a Super Bowl. Can he? Can he? I don't know. Maybe not. My concern is Seattle. Seattle, go out there and win a Super Bowl. Okay? Seattle wins the Super Bowl. Guess what? They win this trade. Pete Carroll don't care about playoff berths. Check this out. We've been making the playoffs for years as Pete Carroll. And guess what? People still don't want to show respect to come Pete Carroll. You know what I'm saying? And same thing with Russell Wilson. You know, hey, the argument can be made, had he not thrown that pick, had he just handed the ball off the beast mode, we wouldn't be in this situation. But it is what it is. It happened for a reason. So, but I think, yeah, 5 years. I think that's enough to determine who wins this trade. You know what? I think you're going to find that out in 2 years who wins this trade, because we're going to see what Russ is going to do over there. The offensive line over there, they rank number 11th. They got a top 5 defense. That's what everybody's telling me. They got a top scoring defense over there. They got a good run game. Got some good young receivers. So, okay, they supposed to do some damage. You got your dude. You are going up against Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert and Derek Carr over there. With Derek Carr, if he doesn't come to Seattle. But we'll see what happens. Everybody's saying that's the toughest division now. It's not the NFC West anymore. Okay, we'll see. I do think that if we get Deshaun Watson or if we get Derek Carr, I think this team can compete for a championship. I really do. We're gonna see what they do with those picks, but I really do think Pete Carroll is gonna trade those picks. Check this out, man. As a Seahawk fan, from Seahawk fan to Seahawk fan, let's have a heart talk here. Come here. Let me tell you something. Like, the last time Pete Carroll really picked awesome in the first round was when he drafted Earl Thomas. Now, I tell you what, Rashad Penny is starting to look good. Hopefully he comes back to Seattle. He looked good like the last 4 or 5 games of the season. So if he can maintain that momentum into next year, well, guess what? We could say that's a second that's a second first round draft pick that Pete Carroll did a phenomenal job on, right? Okay, done with the heart to heart. Let me get back to right here. Too close to you. Social distance. But anyways, this is going to be an interesting season. Very interesting season. And you know what? It makes sense for if the Seahawks get Deshaun Watson, that's if his legal issues clear up. Because I've been a Seahawk fan and a Texans fan for over 20 years. Okay? Been a Seahawk fan since they got Joey Galloway. And they had Warren Moon over there back in the day. And I rocked with him since then because the Oilers left Houston, all right? Then been a Texas fan, got to root for the hometown ever since 2002 when they became in existence. So those have been my 2 football teams. I love both those teams, and you will not make me pick one over the other. That's just like, well, I can't say it's like any other thing. That's football teams, all right? It's not children or loved ones, okay? But this is going to be a pretty fun and interesting season. And the worst case scenario, if the Seahawks lose every game, hey, I heard this next quarterback class is supposed to be the ish, okay? But anyways, once again, I do believe that Pete Carroll, he wants to win. That's what he's focused on. Pete Carroll is like, you know what? I'm going to show y'all. Because when you think about it, hey, his gut probably told him to run the ball with Marshawn, but he wanted Russell Wilson to get that MVP. Went up against his gut. So every time he would let Russell Wilson cook, Russ would get in the habit of throwing picks and stuff like that. And it's like, man, you know what? And also, his gut told him to go to that pro day to Josh Allen, to Patrick Mahomes' pro day. Okay? And guess what? He probably could have pulled off a trade with the Kansas City Chiefs. Because you remember they said Andy Reid wanted to draft Russell Wilson. They said he would have drafted him in Philly had the Seahawks not drafted him, which is crazy because you know what? He could have drafted Russell Wilson in the first round or the second round, but whatever. And here's another interesting side note. Denver Broncos in 2012, you used the second round pick on Brock Osweiler. You could have drafted Russell Wilson. Well, thank you for giving us 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks. What else? Drew Lock, Noah Fant, and Shelby Harris for a guy that y'all could have drafted 10 years ago at round 2 instead of, you know, the quarterback you drafted. All right. But anyways, we're going to end it on that note. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Student of the Game podcast. Share your thoughts in the comments section below. And let me know, what do you think about this Broncos and Seahawks trade? Broncos people, are y'all feel like y'all won the trade? Or Seahawks fans, fellow Seahawks fans, y'all feel like we won the trade? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. And hey, do you think y'all going to win the Super Bowl, Seattle or Denver or whatever? Do you think y'all going to win that division now? I'm pretty sure y'all are thinking y'all going to win that division. So I would too if I was Denver. This is y'all week. Y'all be excited. Enjoy it and embrace it. I know y'all had a hell of a day yesterday. Y'all didn't think y'all was going to... The news it made y'all sad that y'all didn't get Aaron Rodgers, but you got Russell Wilson. So kudos to y'all. But we still won a Super Bowl against y'all, and that's never going to stop. And y'all starting quarterback, he wields that Super Bowl ring that we won against y'all. How y'all feel about that? Anyways, I'm just playing. We just shooting the ish. I just feel like talking sports. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Student of the Game podcast. Peace out.